Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. I am going to clean this 6 hour P228. And I am going to talk about Trump. People have been up my ass wanting me to tell them how I feel about Donald Trump. Okay, first of all, let me say this. Let me go back to grammar school. Real quick. BBM. This is on sale at Dick's right now it's a little over $100. It's 350 rounds. This is decent ammo. Shoots good. It's good shooting ammo, I think. So a little over $100 gets you 350 rounds. If they still have any. I don't know if they do or not. Let me readjust this though, so when I start the cleaning of the gun, you will see it. Because a lot of people enjoy that. Oh shit. I might have some technical difficulties. Well, you know what? I am gonna have some technical difficulties. Son of a bitch. Let me see if I can drop this a little bit. It's still gonna suck. You know what? I'll clean the gun off camera. Okay, listen guys. Donald Trump. Okay. I do not know if I'm going to vote for him or not. I really don't. Although I will tell you that I like him very, very much. I like him for lots of different reasons. Maybe not for some of the reasons that you might think that I like him for. I will tell you this. Outside of a very few Republicans, who I more identify with than Democrats, outside of a very few Republicans, they've all pissed me off. The whole party. I mean, there's every one of them except for, like I said, a very few. Well, let me throw a name out there. Ted Cruz. I'm okay with Ted Cruz. Carly Fiorina, I'm on the fence about. Rick Perry can blow me. I used to be a big supporter of Rick Perry's. I used to be a big supporter of his. I champion him. I think now he's a pandering little buffoon. He's a little fucking pussy is what he is. He's trying to stomp on Trump's nuts just to become relevant. And I'm sorry. But, if that's what you got to do to try to be relevant, then I got no use for you. I know, and not to mention, you pander to the Hispanic vote. This voting block that was created illegally. I've had many videos talking about this, how there are Hispanics voting that have no business voting. Illegal aliens in general, not just Hispanics. They're voting and they have no business voting. They've become this political voting block that has actual clout and actual power. To me, that's absolutely insane, but that's the reality that we live in. Nobody wants to admit it except for Trump. See, Trump says things that nobody else will say. And I'm talking, when I say nobody else, I'm talking political people. The people that are actually running for office or holding office, or maybe their careers revolve around the political scene. They won't say the things that Trump will say. And I like that. I feel that that is a breath of fresh air. I really do. I feel it's a breath of fresh air. Whether it's the immigration issue or any ton of issues that Donald Trump has brought to the table, I'll be honest with you, it's refreshing to see somebody that, one, doesn't need... By the way, just so everybody understands what the deal is. Every freaking politician that we have, every freaking one of them, is beholden to somebody with money. Whether it's George Soros, or, the list of the Koch brothers, the list is long. The list is long of big-moneyed, deep-pocketed donors who literally treat these politicians as if they were their property. And that's exactly it. And that's exactly, to be honest with you, I understand it because they've been, these politicians have been bought and paid for. And when you buy and pay for something, you treat it like you own it. Okay? That's exactly the way it works. Which brings me to this. Somebody on my Facebook was busting Trump's balls about giving money to Democrats. Okay? Well, duh. Trump is a businessman. That's the way business in this country works. You got to grease the skids. You got to oil the machine. And if you're not willing to oil the machine or grease the skids, you ain't in business. I mean, real business. I'm not talking about, popsicle stand. I'm talking real business. You got to grease the skids. And that is exactly why Trump was donating to Democrats, because he was in business to make money. He was buying... They always try to corner him by saying, were you trying to buy access? Well, first of all, it's a retarded question because of course he was. He's not going to go on record as saying that, but that's the system that we have. That is the system that we have. Okay, very wealthy people, big corporations, they buy access, they buy politicians, they basically own those, they make them their bitch. Who loses in this deal? The American people, the public. We lose in this deal. We lose in this deal. That's just the way it is. You know, a good example, I know an awful lot of coal miners in southeast Kentucky that are out of work. I know an awful lot of people like me who own mineral rights, who are not making the money off of our mineral rights that we should be making because of this of special interest groups who have bought and paid for the power elite. So what do I mean by that? Well, Solyndra ring a bell? Does it? Because it should. Okay, if you've been paying any attention whatsoever. Okay, Tesla Motors. There are a ton, Al Gore's people, there are a ton of people who are profiting from the political winds being what they are. The ones that are not profiting are your coal companies and your coal miners, your truck drivers that would drive the coal from the mines to the tipple, the tipple workers, the engineers that would operate, engineers and conductors that would operate the railroad cars and trains that would take the coal from the tipple to various points of interest, mostly power companies. All those people are losers. Okay? All those people are losers. So, you know, the power shift, Barack Obama became president, huge. Hey, listen, having the EPA in your pocket, how huge is that? How huge is that? The EPA has done some outrageous things in the name of clean air and clean water. You know, outrageous things. But it is what it is, you know. So getting back to Trump, this is what I love about Trump. He can't be bought. He's got billions of dollars burning a hole in his pocket. He can't be bought. There's nobody that can come up to Donald Trump and say, hey, well, you know, how about we give you a little money for your campaign? Okay, wink, wink. Listen, Trump don't have to play that game at all. Okay, he's played that game as a businessman, okay, but that's when he was buying bitches, okay, he wasn't selling his ass. You see the difference? And Trump ain't selling his ass, okay, Trump is always going to be a buyer, you know, so, I mean, I don't know if I can make it any simpler than that, to be honest with you. The truth of the matter is that Trump cannot be bought, so therefore Trump can say shit that nobody else can say. Trump can say shit that other people are going to go, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Well, really. Why? Is that because some of your biggest donors don't agree with that stance? Is that why? Okay. Or is that why maybe, you know, possibly the people that you kowtow to, this voting block, this illegal voting block of Hispanics that have no business voting, the illegal voting block, you're trying to get their vote. Okay. Trump don't give a rat's ass. That's what I love about this guy. Honestly, that's what I love about this guy. Will I vote for him in the end? If he gets the Republican nomination, I will. I will absolutely vote for him then. Will I vote for him in a primary? Maybe, maybe not. I do like Ted Cruz. I like Ted Cruz a lot. You know, off the top of the gate, though, I mean, right out of the gate, I'll be honest with you. I used to be a fan of Paul's, although I think he is look, the guy is all about amnesty, and he's all about a lot of things that to me is a little Fruit Loopy. I mean, granted, you know, I guess the apple didn't fall all that far from the tree. Although, a little further, because his dad was just, you know, crazy as a shithouse rat. I'm sorry, you Paul bots, I just calling it like I see it. I'm just calling it like I see it. You know, what's the other one? Marco Rubio. Okay, I'll be honest with you. He's another one. He's all about amnesty. Since the last 3 years, he's been pounding that amnesty dribble. I'm over that. You know, I'm absolutely over that. You know, Trump, to me, is the only one that's willing to actually look at immigration. Listen, not only are we talking about illegal immigration, but we are also talking about legal immigration. Because our legal immigration policy in this country is insane. It shares the same suicidal pact mentality of the Europeans, the Western Europeans. We have, on average, 100,000 Muslims coming into this country every freaking year. And before Obama leaves office in 18 months, there's going to be, from every report I've seen, another 6 million disciples of the pedophile prophet. Seriously. I mean, I don't, and those are legal immigrants, legally immigrating into the United States. By the way, how many Christians who are really persecuted in the Middle East, how many of those people are being immigrated into the United States? As far as I know, none. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I don't think I am. The ones that are letting to immigrate into the United States are the ones that are going to be literally causing sectarian violence for either your children or your grandchildren. All right, and on the outside, your great-grandchildren. At some point, okay, those chickens are going to come home to roost. And I'm talking about legal immigrants, okay? Legal immigrants. And before anybody starts busting my balls about that, oh my God, he's a freaking bigot, listen to him. Let me tell you something. The guy that shot those 4 Marines and that one Navy sailor was a legal immigrant. Okay? As he's spewing Allah Akbar or whatever the fuck he was spewing and gunning down our servicemen. I mean, he was a legal immigrant. His parents were legal immigrants. There was red flag after red flag after red flag. Legal immigrants. Okay? So we have an immigration policy issue that needs to be addressed. We have an immigration overhaul that needs to happen. Okay, and I think Donald Trump might be the guy for at least he's willing to bring it to the table. You know, everybody else wants to ignore that shit. You know, here's the other thing. Okay, this drives me freaking crazy. All right, so everybody's bagging on Trump. All right, when I say everybody, that's a relative term. Because truthfully, obviously look at his polls. A lot of American citizens are cool with him. But everybody in the Beltway is bagging on Trump. Okay, but without him, would we be talking about any of this? Literally. Without him, would we be talking about any of this? Sanctuary cities? Okay. Would we? Because, you know, before Trump, I mean, San Francisco, the rest of these sanctuary cities got up on their high horse and they basically thumbed their noses at the government, basically saying, look, we're protecting the Hispanics. Screw you. If they can make it to this city, they're golden. Yeah. And then look how well that worked out for that young mother of 2. Who was gunned down by an illegal who had been protected by the city of San Francisco. Literally. Listen, blood is on Nancy Pelosi's hands. Blood is on the sheriff of that county's hands. Listen, there's a lot of blood on a lot of hands. I'm going to tell you guys right now, nobody would be talking about any of that shit if it wasn't for Trump. I'd say whatever you want to say about him, but you have to know that that is the truth. Because that is the truth. Period. So, I don't know. There's a ton more about Trump that I like. Like I said, though, and I know you're like, oh, yeah, he's going to vote for this guy. I don't know that I will vote for him. But I like the fact that he's shaking up the machine. The Republican and Democrats seem to be the same snake with just 2 different heads. And I like the fact that Trump is shaking that up. I like the fact that Trump, okay, doesn't play by their bullshit rules, that Trump literally has the people's interest at heart. And I will speak more about Trump, but for now I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know in the comment section 2 things. 1, what do you think about the audio without the Canon, or excuse me, without the Rode VideoMic Pro connected to the Canon EOS 70D? And also, what do you think about the Trump? What do you think about my stance on Trump? How do you think I'm crazy? Let me know what you think. Chime on in. Everybody's welcome. Well, everybody except for the really crazies, because, you know, I love to block those people. just the little things in life. All right, everybody, take care. See ya.